Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. So today we have a full body mobility class which with a special focus on the upper body. Right, so if you are dealing with any kind of injury or physical condition, I would ask you to take care of yourself. And if you feel that something is not right for you, please don't do it, or just drop me a line later on and ask me any question you have. I will be very pleased to support you with any of your questions. Right, so without any delay, we're going to start on our fours. Good, so to get on our fours, we want the wrists to be right under the shoulders. The fingers are spread out, the palms of the hands are pushing into the ground, the elbows are soft. Now, the knees are right under the pelvis, so you don't want them to be too wide as your hips, or too much in and together. So just follow your thigh bones and where they get into your hip joints. So this is where hip width apart stands. So pressing the shins down, spine is in a neutral position, so you don't want to be hanging like so. So this means that no muscles are engaged. So we want to have a straight spine, the abdominals are slightly engaged, the head is straight with the spine, all the way down to your tailbone. Good. We're going to start with a baby pelvic curl. So the upper body is going to stay still throughout our baby curl series. Right, so pulling the belly button in and bringing the hip bones to the belly button. So there is a little tuck in the lower back, and as we inhale, we extend the tailbone up to the ceiling without compressing anything in the lower back. So you should feel the lower back lengthening more than compressing and hurting. Good, and exhale, bring your hip bones towards the belly button, the upper body stays still, and inhale, send that tailbone away. Good, and one more time, exhale, belly button in, and extending that lower back on the inhale. Good, so now coming back to a neutral position, we're going to shift the hips to the right, coming back to center, and shifting the hips to the left. So here we still want the upper body to stay still, so you don't want to be just shifting around like so. So let's start that again. So bring the hips to the right, coming back to center, and hips to the left, coming back to center. So I inhale to bring my hips to the right, and I exhale to come back to center, and inhale to send my hips to the left, exhaling to come back to center, inhale to go to the right, coming back to center, and inhale to go to the left. So my upper body is staying very strong and active here. Good, coming back to center. Now we are going to combine the two movements together. So shifting the hips to the right, pulling the belly button in, rounding the lower back, sending the hips to the left, and sending the tailbone up to the ceiling and coming back to the right again, pulling that belly button in, shifting the hips to the left, sending the tailbone up to the ceiling. Try not to collapse in between the shoulder blades, so stay away from the ground without rounding your upper body. Good, once more to the right, pull that belly button in, flex the lower spine, and send the tailbone to your left, and send the tailbone to the ceiling. Good. Stay in this position. Now we're going to shift the hips to the left, bringing the belly button in and shifting the hips, to your right. We're reversing the movement, and up and to the left, belly button in, and send the hips to the right, bring the tailbone up to the ceiling and to the left, and pull that belly button in, round the lower back, send the hips to your left and up to the ceiling, coming back to the left and to center, and coming back to a neutral position. Right, now the upper body. Good, so we're going to leave the pelvis alone. It's going to stay still without any movement. Right, so here, as we exhale, we drop the breastbone down to the ground. The shoulder blades coming together, and as we inhale, we push the upper body away from the floor, shoulder blades separating from each other. Good, exhale, bring the breastbone down towards the floor. So if you look at me, my shoulders are not coming up to my ears when I am doing this. My shoulders are staying away from my ears. Good. Exhale, push the breastbone up, and exhale, bring the breastbone down. One more time. Inhale, push the breastbone up, and the arms as well are staying straight. The elbows are soft, but as you are bringing your breastbone down, you don't want to bend your arms. The arms are staying straight. And push the breastbone up and coming back to neutral. Now, flexion of the upper body only. Chin to your chest, rounding the upper spine, pushing the floor away, pelvis staying still. And as you inhale, bring the crown of the head forward and look forward. Shoulders are staying away from your ears. And exhale, chin to the chest, rounding that upper spine. Keeping the elbows soft without bending the elbows. And inhale, looking forward, no tension in the neck. The neck is soft and relaxed. Good, and once more, rounding that upper body. And inhaling, extending that upper body. And coming back to neutral. And now it's time for our cat and cow. Good, as you exhale, pull that belly button up to your spine, hip bones coming to the belly button, rounding the spine and pushing the floor away. Just like an angry cat. Good, and as you inhale, starting from your tailbone, we're going to arch the spine, keep a good control of your abdominals here, shoulders are going away from your ears, and looking forward, breastbone shining forward, no tension in the neck. And exhale, belly button in, rounding the spine, pushing the floor away. Crown of the head going down towards the floor. Shoulders staying away from your ears, and inhale, extend the spine, V of O, sending the tailbone away, arching the back, no compression at any point in your spine, and once more, rounding the spine up to the ceiling, keeping your hips over your knees, pressing your shins down, elbows staying soft, and inhale, a V of O, lengthening the spine in the extension. Good, and keep the spine as it is, and we're going to get into our sexy cat. So we are in an arch spine. So we shift the body forward, shift the hips to your left, circle your hips to your heels, shifting the hips to the right, and sliding forward. Good. So as you go to the side and to the back, the spine is rounding. And as you move to the front, the spine is extending. Your arms stay straight. Your arms are helping you to keep pushing the floor away from you. Good, and to the front, and let's do that once more, shifting the hips to the left, circling the hips to your heels, shifting the hips to the right, and rolling forward. And now let's go the other way around, so to the right, to the heels, to the left. We're not collapsing in the shoulders or in between the shoulder blades. The shoulders are staying away from your ears. And to the right, to the heels, and to the left, and rocking forward. Good, and again, to your right. Rounding the spine to your heels. And extending the spine to the left and to the front. Once more to the right. And big circle. And coming back to the front and to the neutral all fours position. Good, now it's the perfect time to get into our thread the needle. So we open that left arm up to the ceiling, so the right arm is pushing your chest away from the ground. The hips are staying over the knees, they are not shifting on the left side. Good, from here we're going to bring that left arm under the right side. Now, once we are here, we don't want to feel any pressure on that left shoulder or on the neck. So the head is on the floor, but not with all its weight there. The shins are pressed down. Good, so the shoulder, the left shoulder is staying away from your left ear. Good, and from here, as we keep that upper body away from the ground, we open the right arm up to the ceiling and try to open that right rib cage as much as we can to the ceiling. Good, bringing the right arm back down, pushing your upper body away from the floor and open your left arm again to the ceiling. Good, and thread the needle to your right. Readjust yourself, bring your hips over your knees again and open that right arm up to the ceiling. If this is not available for you today, you can keep your right hand on the ground. Focus on that for the moment. Good, so from the ceiling, bringing the right arm down, push yourself back up and open that left arm up to the ceiling again. That's our last one, and thread the needle to the right and open that right arm up to the ceiling. Bring the right arm back down, push yourself up, and now we're going to do the other side. Good. So, resetting the all fours position, we open that right arm up to the ceiling. So that left arm is pushing the upper body away from the floor. And thread the needle to the left. Reset your hips, check if they are right on top of your knees. And open that left arm up to the ceiling, opening that left rib cage up to the ceiling as much as you can. Bringing the left hand back down, push your upper body up and open the right arm up to the ceiling again. The abdominals are engaged. And thread the needle again to the left. Opening the left arm up to the ceiling, bringing that left arm down, pushing the upper body up and opening that right arm all the way up to the ceiling, and the last one, threading to the left. Ah, that feels good, good, good. Such a good rotation exercise. And open that left arm up to the ceiling, bringing the left hand, to the ground. Shoulders are away from your ears, and push yourself back up. Great, now it's time to get on our front. Okay, so the hands are going to be one on top of the other. Legs are hip width apart. So think of what I told you at the beginning. It's not outside of the hips when I say hip width apart, but it's where your thigh bones get into your hip joints. Good, so from here, one hand on top of the other, forehead on top of your hands, shoulders are soft and relaxed, no tension in the neck. Good, so the belly button is off the floor and the tailbone is lengthening to the heels. Long and active legs, and those abdominals are staying engaged. Now, we're going to slide the right knee out to the right, bending the right knee in some sort of, that's probably better for you to see me, Bending that right knee, so let's start again. Sorry about that. So we bend that right knee to the side and we try to bring that leg in a 90-degree angle. Now, if this is not possible or available for you today, just move the knee down a bit. Do what's comfortable for you. But what you would want here is to have an equal balance on both sides of your hips. So you wouldn't want to be here and having your bum lifting up. You want to have a squared, you want to have squared hips here. So we bring that right knee to the hip, the right foot in line with the knee. That's me for today. If yours is a bit different, that's also fine. Good, and we slide that right leg back. So you should feel a nice stretch in your inner thighs, in your adductors. Now, left side, we bend that left leg and we slide it back. Good, let's do 2 more on each side. Actually 3, there is one little surprise. No tension in the neck and shoulders. And coming back. So as you are opening your leg to the side, you don't want to shorten the space between your armpit and your hip. It has to stay kind of the same length as the other side. Good. On the right again. Sliding back. And on the left. And sliding back. Good. Now, we're going to have a little variation to that exercise. So we bend that right leg. Once we are into the position, we lift the right foot up. So internal rotation. And we bring the leg back and we slide the leg back. Good, let's do the other side. And we bend that leg. We lift that left foot off the floor. Bringing the left foot back to the floor and sliding the leg back. And again to the right, bending that right knee, lifting that right foot off the floor, bringing the right foot back, and sliding that right leg back and to the left, bending that left leg, lifting your left foot off the floor, internal rotation, and sliding the left leg back. Good, let's do 1 more on each side, bending that right leg and lifting, bringing the right foot back, sliding the right leg back and bending that left leg for the last time, lifting that left foot off the floor, bringing the left foot back and sliding the leg back. Perfect. Resetting myself. We stay in the same position with your forehead over your hands. Your hands are one on top of the other. Good. The legs are pressing down. The belly button is off the floor. The tailbone is lengthening to your heels. Good. Baby swan. Brushing the nose over your hands. Lifting your head, your neck and your chest off the ground. So the elbows are pushing into the ground so that they can assist and support you in the lift. There is no tension in your shoulders and your shoulders are away from your ears. Good, and as you exhale, you bring your forehead back down to your hands. And again, inhale. Lengthening and lifting. No tension in the neck. So you really want to push your lower ribs into the ground. And once you have the connection of the lower ribs into the ground, you try to lengthen and extend that upper spine as much as you can. And exhaling, coming back down. Let's do 2 more. Brushing the nose over the hands. Lifting the head, the neck, the chest. Shoulders are going away from your ears. Elbows are pushing into the ground. And exhaling back down. Let's do 1 more. And brush that nose over the hands, lifting the head, the neck, the chest, and holding it. That breastbone is shining forward. Good, and we bring that head back down as we exhale. Right, leaving the upper body for a little bit. As you inhale, lengthen and lift both legs up. So here, as you lift your legs up, you don't want your pelvis to rock down to the ground. Your legs are lengthening from your hip joints and the pelvis is staying as it is. The belly button is pulled in. Your abdominals are supporting your lower back. Good. And bring the legs back down. Good. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Holding. And exhale, bring the legs back. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, lifting the legs up. You shouldn't feel any compression in your lower back. And bringing the legs back. And let's do 1 more. Lengthening the legs and lifting those legs up. And bringing the legs back down. Right. Keeping the hands where they are, keeping the legs as they are. Bring your right hand on top of your left hand. Forehead on top of your right hand. Now we're going to lift the upper body. Bringing your arm, your right arm along with you and lifting the left leg at the same time. Keep the hips squared. You don't want to feel heavier on your right hip. Good, so lifting that chest up. The left arm is assisting into the lift. The shoulders are away from your ears. And exhale, bring everything back to the ground. Inhale, arm, head, neck, chest and left leg lifting up. And exhale to come back down. And again. Right arm, head, neck, chest and left leg lifting and coming back down. And let's do once more. And lifting everything up. Holding and coming back down. Good. Now, as we don't want to be lopsided, let's do the other side. So left hand comes over the right hand. So we're going to lift the left hand, left arm, the head, the neck, the chest, and the right leg. Keep everything long and reaching away from you. And exhale, come back. And inhale, long spine, lifting that left arm, the head, the neck, and the chest, and the right leg, and bringing everything back. 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen and lift. It's more lengthening than lifting. And coming back, and let's do once more. Lengthen and lift, 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 lift. Hold. And bring everything back. Great. Okay, so we're going to lift everything now. Arms, head and legs. So keep your forehead over your arms. Squeeze your legs together. Belly button is off the floor. Spine is long. Inhale, lift your arms, your head, your chest and your legs. Hold and exhale. Come back. Resting back on the floor. And inhale, lengthen and lift. Keep the legs together. Shoulders are soft and relaxed. And exhale, coming back down. 2 more times. And inhale, lengthen and lift. Hold. And exhale to come back. And let's do one more. This one is coming with a little variation. So we lift everything, we hold. Now you want to bring your elbows behind your back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Bring your hands back to under your forehead and bring the legs, the forehead, the head and the chest back down. And again, 3 more. Lengthen and lift. And hold. Bring the elbows behind your back. The body is still long and lifted over the floor. Bring your hands back to under your forehead and bring the chest, the head, the arms and the legs back down. Let's do 2 more. Lengthen and lift. Bring your elbows behind your back. Bring the hands back and bring everything back down to the ground. Once more, guys, lengthen and lift. Hold, bring your elbows behind your back. Shoulders are away from your ears. Bring your hands back to your forehead and bring your chest and your legs back down. Woo! Good. Keeping your left hand under your forehead, bend your right leg and grab your right ankle with your right hand. Good. Quadriceps stretch. Good. So we want to pull that left heel to your bum. Lift your right knee off the floor if you can. If holding your ankle is enough, just stay where you are and try to pull that right knee off the floor, and we hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right knee back down, extending that right leg, right hand under the forehead. Bend your left knee and grab your left ankle with your left hand. Good. Set yourself up. We want to keep both hips equally heavy on the ground as we get into the exercise. So we lift that left knee off the floor and we pull the foot to your left bum as much as you can. And we hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Left knee back down, extending that left leg. Good. Bringing your hands to under your shoulders. Push your chest off the floor and push your pelvis to your heels into the backrest position or child's pose. Good. So let's hold that for a few more seconds. Just a few more minutes and then we are done. Good. Let's get back to on our fours. So remember that we want the wrists to be under the shoulders, the knees under the pelvis. Good. So as you exhale, let's get back into a cat stretch. And as you inhale, extend the spine away into the cow's pose. Shoulders are away from your ears, abdominals. Even if we are on an inhale, the abdominals are slightly still together. So you don't want to just let your lower back drop. Good. And exhale, round that spine. Push the floor away. And inhale. Extend that spine. Good. And let's do one more. Rounding the spine up to the ceiling. Pull that belly button in and extend the spine into the cow's pose. Great. Let's come back to a neutral position, curling the toes under, and let's get into a downward dog. Yeah, I really love the downward dog. I think I say that in all the mobility classes I do. It's really a great exercise. Good, so if you have to bend your knees here, do that. Good, so try to stretch the back of those legs as much as possible. Push your chest to your thighs. Shoulders are away from your ears. Good, so roll the shoulders over the wrists and bring your knees back down. Good, we're going to do that 2 more times. Push the pelvis up to the ceiling. Good, so try to push those heels down and stretch the back of your legs. It's a great back chain stretch. From the crown of the head down to your heels. It really feels great, even at the back of the arms. Good, let's roll the shoulders over the wrists and bring the knees back down. And let's do 1 more, please. Good, pushing the pelvis up. Good. Make sure that you don't feel any tension in your neck and your shoulders. Sending those sit bones up. Perfect. and rolling the shoulders over the wrists, knees down, crossing the legs. And that's it for us today. Thank you for joining me. That was really good. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you in the next class. Have a great day.